Today I'm taking a look at the Triumph Tiger Rally Explorer. I am really excited about this test ride. Let's have it! So, as ever, it's worth pointing out that this isn't some in-depth technical review. There's not going to be loads and loads and loads of specs. I will give a few. It's just me, an average rider, taking a look at a bike that interests me, basically. And it's particularly interesting because it's obviously very similar to the 1250 GSA that I currently ride. And I will obviously make some comparisons here. Now, the BMW has been like the dominant force in the market for the last 40 years or so. Have we a new contender? Let's find out. So this is the Tiger Rally Pro. This is the kind of top of the range, fully loaded bike that's off-road focused. It is the equivalent of the Adventure for the BMW or the Adventure Sports for Honda. And it's got a 30-litre tank, so it's massive. Your legs are splayed as you're riding. Very familiar territory if you're used to the BMW. It's got an 1160 inline triple lump in it, which is a very Triumph thing, obviously, and it's delivering 150 brake horsepower at 9,000 RPM. I must apologise about all the road noise if you can hear it in the background. It is virtually impossible near to where I am to find somewhere that doesn't have road noise. It's just the blight of modern life, I'm afraid. And it's also delivering 130 newton meters of torque at 7,000 RPM. Just like the BMW, this is shaft drive, which for me is a massive plus. I hate chain maintenance, I really do. Obviously, it's something you have to do, but with the shaft drive, you can just forget about it, and then when it's being serviced, it's taken care of then. This also has the aluminium torque bars here, which reduce weight, unloaded weight, and make the bike feel much more agile, apparently, according to the literature. So the tyres are tubeless, and up front we've got a 21-inch, which is a nod towards its off-road capabilities. Has a very different feel to the 19-inch on the GSA, the way it turns into corners, etc. This is much more like riding an Africa Twin, in my opinion. And at the rear end we've got an 18-inch wheel, which again is a very off-roady kind of thing, and it's giving you lots of tyre choice. Front end 220mm of travel, and the monoshock that's hidden in there is giving you 22 mil of travel again, and it's all obviously fully adjustable. Twin discs up front, Brembo calipers, single disc at the back, again Brembo, so it's going to haul you up plenty. So adjustable seat height between 875 and 895 mil, and it has active suspension as well, so when set up it will lower itself when you come to a stop, which Harley Davidson first brought that to the party as far as I'm aware with their Pan America. BMW have it as well, Triumph obviously too. It is a no-brainer with a big bike like this, it really is. It weighs in at 261 kilograms, so it's definitely in the heavyweight class, but it wears its weight nice and low, so you don't really feel it. As soon as the wheels are rolling, it's not an issue at all. Got some rubber inserts on the foot pegs. If I was taking this off-road, these would be coming off so that I had the serrated metal under my boot, so I wasn't slipping around so much. As I mentioned earlier, a 30-litre tank, and it's also good for 51.5 miles per gallon, so the range is massive. So for this Tiger Rally Explorer, the price starts at £19,695, I believe. If I've got that wrong, I will flash it up on the screen. At the moment, at the time of filming this, Triumph are offering like a package where you can have free aluminium Expedition panniers and top box, or you can go for 2 panniers plus 3 years free servicing, which sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Now for me, the servicing is an issue. On my BMW, the service intervals are 6,000 miles. Now for instance, I'm shortly setting off on a tour probably to Istanbul and back. I'm going to cover 5,000 miles in 10 or 11 days. I've just had it serviced, so I'm going to come back and it's going to need servicing again. You know, the way I ride, it's probably 3 services a year. Service intervals on the Tiger are 10,000 miles. Indeed, I think that's the same on all new Triumphs, which is much, much more like it in my opinion. So other manufacturers, come on, get your service intervals up. Right, I'm not going to go into all the rider modes and stuff. There are lots of things on here as you'd expect for like a teched out bike, but you've got your usual modes which will take you between rain and road and sport, and then off-road stuff as well. The thing I really like about this is backlit switches, so when it's dark I can hear some bikes. Yeah, that's the kind of road noise I don't mind. So when it's dark you can see what you're pressing. The BMW that I ride is not the case, so trying to find my heated grips button in the dead of night, I'm fumbling around. So it's again a no-brainer. So Triumph, they're thinking of everything, or at least trying to. So we have ourselves a 7-inch TFT colour screen. I think turning on as I was shown, click that up and that will bring the bike to life, hopefully. Yeah, there we go, it's all quite pretty. Got a nice round display, I like that a lot. Again, I'm not going into depth here because, you know, I don't know this myself. This is flashing the spanner sign because it needs a service apparently. Now, with all new Triumphs, you have to hold the clutch in to start it. That's quite a challenge, holding the clutch in, pressing the starter button and holding the camera. Anyway, there we go. So tachometer on the outside, digital reading on the inside, fuel gauge on the bottom. It's nice and clear, nice and easy to see, even in sunlight, which is shining on this screen at the moment. Let's have a listen to the exhaust. Imagine if you used to stick an Akrapovic exhaust on there, it would absolutely howl. That triple sound would be gorgeous. I think it's time I took it out for a ride. Let's have it. Right, let's see if I can get it started again. So, click that up all the way, and that will wake the bike up apparently. There we go. Down into the middle position, and we're primed and ready to go. That's woken up the fuel pump, and then if I press down, that will start it. With the clutch in, I always forget. I'm not going to change modes, I'm not going to set anything up with the suspension, I'm just going for a ride and tell you what I think. Right now, like my BMW and like many other bikes these days, this has gear shift assist on it. With this one, if you're under acceleration, you change up. If you're changing down, just throttle off. It's silky smooth. I didn't do a very good job of that because I was fanning around basically, but let's just do that again. So the seat is very comfortable, I can tell you that now. How long I could stay on the saddle before I started to get uncomfortable, only actually using it for an extended period of time would tell me that. I'm guessing it would be very comparable to when I'm riding my GS. It just feels comfortable. Unlike my GS, as standard, this has a heated seat for the rider, heated seat for the pillion as well. Lots of stuff as standard. So yes, it's an expensive bike, but you don't have to load up the options sheet and drive it into the stratosphere, so to speak. I mean, I think all new bikes anyway are expensive, obviously, but this has got all the bells and whistles as standard, being their top of the line adventure bike. It feels very nimble, the weight is low down, it's very flickable. I think that's the 21-inch front wheel there, helping it feel like that for me. Ergonomically, it's good. My feet are comfortable, they're sort of not directly beneath me, slightly in front. My legs, my knees aren't at right angles, they're at a comfortable position. I have a bad hip, and certain bikes and certainly cars cause me a lot of pain, and this feels comfortable. I can tell I'm going to be all right on it. My legs, my thighs are kind of down at an angle, they're not upright like that, which is important for me. I like the adjustment on the screen. You just push it down, pull it up. There's no fiddling around with menus and buttons like you'd find on the 1300 GS, the current one, and unlike my 1250, you don't have to be twisting a knob and struggling. It's dead easy, it's well thought out. Now, being an inline triple, there's masses of torque across the whole of the rev range. If I just open it up now, it just wants to go. It just wants to go, and that was in 6th gear, pulling nice and hard down from a low speed. Now that feels different to me to the Boxer Twin I'm used to, where most of the torque feels in the lower rev range. I'm not sure what the top speed is on this. I'll flash it up on the screen now once I've looked it up. But I feel comfortable on this. I'm going to stand up to see how the geometry feels there. Do you know what? It fits. On my GS, I've got a riser that brings the bar up slightly and back towards me, and then it's perfect. This is perfect anyway. All that torque, I'm in 6th gear and, you know, pulling from 40 miles an hour upwards. Silky smooth gear shift without the clutch. Right, whilst I'm out riding this, I would like to thank Rich at Pure Triumph in Woburn for letting me take this bike out. They're a great great dealership, very friendly, very knowledgeable. As you know, Mira bought her Speedmaster through them not very long ago. Ben bought his Tiger 660 from them. I feel like I'm the odd one out thus far. You can throw this bike around, it's lovely. Get an aftermarket exhaust on here and it would be music to your ears as you accelerate hard. Heated grips, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, the heated seat, backlit controls. I can even see them lit up just in the shade here. What a good thing. It feels very familiar with the wide, massive tank, it really does. I would love to take this down a green lane. I'm obviously not going to, but that would be fun. See what it's like. Love that engine. Love that gearbox. In fact, love that bike. Beautiful red kite. They have done so well since being reintroduced up in, I think it was Leeds, 20 or so years ago, something like that. They're everywhere now. Right, let's park her up and have a final word. There you go, that's as close to being as off-road as I'm going to be. Well, there we are. That's the Triumph Tiger Rally Explorer. Their top of the line adventure bike, all the bells and whistles. Do I like it? I think you already know the answer to that. Yes, I do. Would I own one? Yes, I would. Can I afford to buy one? No, I can't at the moment. So it's going to be a work in progress, but I could easily see myself riding one of these. I really could. I do hope you enjoyed today's episode. Should have done it here, it's much quieter. Having said that, there's a car about to pull out. I do hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.